Hello and welcome to game number 2 of Team Liquid taking on Fnatic for the losers bracket in the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. Let's take a look at the standings so far and what the brackets look like. So we have got ourselves Liquid that has lost against No Tidehunter and Fnatic that has lost against Virtus Pro, taking a game in the losers bracket. One of these two teams is going to be going home, the other one is going to be facing a team that is yet to be decided. And we're going to be seeing which one of those is going to be going home. Is it going to be Liquid that is going to be 2-0ing Fnatic right now because Liquid is one game up? Or is it going to be Fnatic that can force out a game number 3? That is what we are going to be seeing here. And we're not going to be seeing it with a Batrider again, because this time Fnatic bans it out. We're going to be seeing no Nyx, no Wisp. And let's see if we're going to see a Cuddle or not, because that one is still in the pool together with the Magnus as well. And, of course, Liquid, they're actually taking their time. The thing is, like, if you leave the Cuddle in the pool, you can almost, you know, count that Fnatic picks it off. The question is, what do you get in return? What do you get in return for leaving the Cuddle in the pool? Right now, it would be something like a Magnus and a Darkseer. And they're actually banning out the Lone Druid. So that's the Cuddle away. Darkseer indeed picked up, and not a Magnus but a Shadow Demon, already anticipating perhaps a Phantom Lancer from Fnatic. I don't really think it's Fnatic's style to pick up the Phantom Lancer, at least not with a, well, you know, is it anybody's style? I guess they're just forced to because it's so OP, maybe. Maybe. But we'll find out. I guess Team Liquid prepared for this, because otherwise they wouldn't have let this in.
10 seconds remaining.
They are ready for a Cuddle, Keeper of Phantom Lancer combination.
Reserve time.
There's the Magnus. So that's the other one that I was mentioning, also one of those top picks. I mean, Team Liquid has got themselves already a lot of control with that Darkseer in there, the vacuum and the Darkseer wall.
I speak for the tree.
The disruption helping out, and then now a lot of control upon Fnatic as well, and they already got that Illuminate to fly through the RP targets. Nature's Prophet gonna get picked up, so they secure themselves that one. That kind of means that Liquid is gonna be sighing with relief as they get the chance to ban out that Phantom Lancer. And Liquid has got their pick first right now before they can do that, actually. And I mean, they could pick up something like a carry. We still have like, the thing is, the first pick goes to Fnatic, so you're gonna be starting to ban out carries that go well together with the Keeper of Light, etc. But then you have the risk of banning out also the hero that either you want, or at least you were forcing Fnatic to pick up the hero that you want. So why not pick up the hero that you want right now? And then ban out all the other ones. That's the way I look at it, but we're gonna see if Liquid thinks the same, or if they rather want to secure themselves something like a Rubik. And of course, the chance to steal that RP is already pretty big. No, they're gonna be picking up the Anti-Mage again. They do not want to risk to have that one banned out, so they still pick up a carry. Not the one that I was expecting, but I mean, it worked once, why not let it work twice, right? And they're gonna be happy with the chance to ban out all those carries that they don't want to be facing for Fnatic. With the Chen actually getting banned out right now by Fnatic themselves. There goes the Phantom Lancer out of the pool. Raise your hand if you are surprised. I'm not raising my hand, although you cannot see that. I guess even if there are, if I would raise my hand, I would still only say that I raised my hand and not actually raise my hand, because, you know, you wouldn't be able to see that anyway, so why would I? Something to think about. It's the same thing if you're like saying smiley faces in chats and stuff and not actually smile in real life. Or saying lol. And lol is of course laughing out loud. Well, for me to laugh out loud, that takes a lot of funny stuff to happen. But I still say lol. Online worlds. Oh well, they banned out the Alchemist, a hero that we have seen being played for by Fnatic, so no longer that one in the pool. With the Puck getting banned out by Fnatic, of course they faced Korak's Puck in the previous game, and they do not want to face it again. And last ban out incoming for Fnatic. And I think actually Fnatic wouldn't mind having themselves a lifestealer, so we're gonna see if Liquid would pick that one up because, or would ban that one out, because I mean, if they pick up a lifestealer, they would already have the Nature's Prophet bomb with that. And there goes the Rubik. So that was the support that I mentioned for Liquid, but they pick up they ban it out instead, and there goes the lifestealer as well. So that's gonna be that one out of the pool. And we still, of course, have the Gyro as well as the Luna. And Fnatic, they don't feel any rush to pick up either of those two because Liquid already has their carry, so they secure themselves the support first. And Jakiro is a great support to have, especially together with that Magnus. If you get a good RP, Macropire, Dual Breath, Ice Path over the top, and that is a lot of damage going through. There's the Queen of Pain for Liquid though, I mean no puck, but still a Queen of Pain. Great mid-hero to gain some momentum in the game. Like, if you're gonna be having an anti-mage, you kind of know, like, okay, you know what, this guy needs a bit of time to get himself farmed up and stuff.
10 seconds remaining.
And Queen of Pain is a great hero to buy him that time, because she's got a great
5 seconds
presence on the map, with basically being able to be active all over. I mean, very movable, of course, because of her blink as well, and a lot of burst. She has a good mid lane. She'll be able to help out, but this time Fnatic, they come ready. They pick up the Faceless Void, and Faceless Void versus Anti-Mage. Now the thing is, Anti-Mage is done earlier than Faceless Void with his farm. So the question is, this time gonna be, is Fnatic gonna be able to delay the game long enough for their Faceless Void to get ahead? Of course, Faceless Void can already be in fights at level 6 because of his Chronosphere. But if Faceless Void is big enough, he will be cleaning the floor with Anti-Mage, because, of course, once popped in his Chronosphere, there is no way out. Especially not if there's going to be a Macropire Ice Path over the top.
Reserve time.
Let me see the last pickup for Liquid. Could be either another support or still a jungle hero. I think another, well, I think something like with the stun wouldn't be bad, because so far they don't really have any. So a Lina or Leshrac would be best in my opinion, especially since you can combine that up with the Shadow Demon. But then again, is that enough? I mean, maybe even a Tidehunter again. Some more teamfight, but there is still the Lina. But yeah, the disable on Team Liquid, I mean, they've got a vacuum and disruption. Disruption is, of course, like I always say, like, you can't attack the target while being in the disruption. But the Lina will be nice, because you can, of course, follow that up with the Light Strike Array. But other than that, like, disable-wise, they don't have anything. Like, if you look at Fnatic, they've got themselves a Chronosphere, an Ice Path, a Sprout, an RP, and even I am Mana Leak. But, you know, that's Mana Leak. It's not really that big of a stun. We're waiting for everybody to pick up their hero. We still have one person from Liquid being disconnected, so we're gonna have to wait until he's back.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And otherwise we'll be in the game, of course, in 5 seconds. There we go. And we easily, of course, have a pause, because, you know, people disconnected can't have that at all. So let's see who is gonna be playing what. We take a look at Fnatic first, that have got this time, they've got Trixie. Trixie, of course, wasn't able to be there in the previous game. This time he is. And he is going to be playing, of course, his Nature's Prophet. That is his one of his signature heroes. Sidran going to be playing the Jakiro with no tail on the Keeper of the Light. Era will be playing the Faceless Void, and Hani on the Magnus. So we'll be going into the mid lane. And we jump ourselves over to the side of Liquid, where we see IX Mike on the Shadow Demon, Fluff on the Lina, Bulba playing the Darkseer, and that kind of means that we're gonna be seeing TC, I'd say, on the Anti-Mage, and then we're gonna have Korok for the Queen of Pain. And those two are still left to pick up their hero, with Korok actually being disconnected, so we're gonna have to wait until he's back. And there he is. Good. Well, I guess then we're gonna have to wait until TC, until TC is back, because he hasn't picked up his hero yet either. And there you go. Ooh, 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 look at that. She jumped herself out and then hanging in the sky for a second or two, and then the game resumed. I've got that same hat, but I've got a different necklace and different dress as well. I win. I win, Fluff. Get your items sorted. Nah. So yeah, I already introduced everybody, so that's cool. I think lane-wise, we're not going to see any surprise here. Korok, of course, on Queen of Pain mid. Maybe, actually, this could be a surprise if we're going to see everybody going bottom first. Maybe they just want to try to get a fast first blood. With TC already going towards the top lane. We've seen this more often, where the supports actually hang around that suicide lane and then show themselves as a suicide lane for a second and then just go for a fast first blood. It looks like we're going to see them hiding there. They're gonna be trying to go for that. They do of course have a smoke. And this is the game of patience, and they're gonna be having to sit there for quite a while until someone shows themselves. Gonna be having No-Tail on the safe lane supporting that Faces Void. We're gonna have Synderen helping out there as well. Era already on his way, as well as the courier rotating somewhere. To give some tangos to someone. Actually, he's gonna be giving some tangos to to Era, I think. He can't lasso his treants. There's been some issues with selecting your creeps, and I think with lassos, you meaning like this, lasso your treant. There's been some issues with that. You can click on them, just fine, but lassoing? I don't know where his treants are though. Oh, there they are. Like this didn't work then. But anyways, he's gonna reconnect to see if that fixes it. But yeah, he is gonna be going, well, I want to say on the top lane, but then he's gonna be probably just going into the jungle, because that is where he's gonna be fine, and that is where he's gonna be safe. Especially if he's expecting an aggressive tri-lane or just a tri-lane on top, he can't do anything against that anti-mage, so why even try when you get solid farm in the jungle anyways. And I think after the first blood we might see Boba doing the same. I mean the thing that Fnatic has going for them, I mean with the Illuminate as well as with an Ice Path, I mean, okay, Synderen has to hit its Ice Path to be able to do that.
30 seconds to battle.
Then if he hits his Ice Path, then Boba is going to be in a world of pain. Especially if, I mean, Eric can slow him down also with the Time Walk, and of course there's going to be a surge at some point. But he actually picked up his Iron Shell first, so it really depends on if that first gank is going to be successful or not. Let's see if TC gets lucky with the rune. No, he does not. Rune is illusion on the bottom lane. Boba gonna be picking that up. No-Tail coming in to place a ward, maybe? Might I ask you that, may I just point out that these two, they don't see them. They don't see him. Now they see him. Oh, and this should make it easy. Like, Boba showed himself, and I think he saw them, and he knows that too. He wants to go for No-Tail. Dual Breath going through. Here comes the supports. Let's see what they can get. The disruption is needed, and they're not going to be fast enough. The gank failed. The gank failed. I think it was too obvious for Boba. Illuminate's going to still skip Fluff, but... Or skim Fluff? No. Going to hit Fluff. Chop. No. Going to be... doing something to Fluff. And with only one person on the top lane, we actually can see Trixie going up against the Anti-Mage, and he should actually be just fine. He's not gonna die. He might get his mana burned a bit. TC is gonna be harassed quite a bit, but he's got extra tangles being pulled for him, so he's fine. And all of a sudden, aggressive tri-lane bottom from Liquid. Who knew? But it's kind of a shame that their initial ideal failed, because they I think it should have worked if they were just a bit more patient, if they didn't make it that obvious. Or maybe it wasn't just obvious for us because we knew what Boba was trying to do. But because we knew, I think because, I don't know. It all felt a bit like sloppy to me. But that could just be me. I don't think that these two can do anything here now anymore. I mean, the disruption and light strike array will still be there if they catch someone out of position, but I think Fnatic is mature enough not to get themselves caught out of position. The ward is gonna get countered here.
No.
And they're gonna be able to just do that. The sentry ward, of course, helping out. Iron Shell is gonna continue to push in the lane, so maybe at some point there will be a backstab, but it is fluff that is just not there right now, so they can't really go for it just yet. They can't really try anything. And of course, if they would try something, it would be on Fly up on Cinnamon. Preferably up on Cinnamon, because nobody else but Cinnamon has got a disable, so if they go on him and they can shut him down long enough, then there won't be anything to stop them from doing what they want to be doing. But at the same time, I think also, like I said, Cinnamon is going to be careful enough. And actually be on the high ground, seeing them leave. Celebrating. And all of a sudden, Bulba by his lonesome. He is level 3 though. Support stayed long enough for them to be level 3. Smoke goes off. Not to go for a gank or anything. Maybe they are, but everybody saw them going, so... This is purely for the extra movement speed that you get to the top level faster, to get that anti-mage free farming faster. And anti-mage, he needs to free farm because he is in trouble. He's already through all of his tangos. He's only got a ring of regen to get his HP back up. And Trixie is doing mighty fine. He's 11 for 3, so last hit wise on par with the anti-mage. Let's see if he can continue doing that though, because here comes Ix Mike ready for the disruption. And there we go. Disruption, is it gonna happen? Yes it is. To stop the TP from happening, Light Strike Array is gonna follow up on that one. Trixie is gonna be the first blood, goes the way of TC, who gets himself the extra gold for that one. And is probably gonna get a bit of a regen from Ix Mike perhaps. I mean, he kinda needs it. Come on Ix Mike, share the love, share the tangos. What? No? Oh, he picked up a ring of health with that first blood money, so he doesn't really need to. And Trixie comes back towards the game to pick up the invisibility rune on the bottom lane. In the meantime, Bulba getting harassed here will be just fine, but will be forced back towards the tower, and he's still level 3 of course. We're not going to see him getting any experience for a while. Trixie realizes that he can't get anything done for now either on the top lane, so he rotated towards the jungle and he's going to be continuing there. And TC, with that first blood, securing himself a safe lane to free farm. At the same time, it was already era free farming here though, so last hit wise, he's anti-mage has got some kind of, you know, he has to pick up. He has some catching up to do. But then there is a difference, of course, from one person having the first blood and the other one not having the first blood. There's always that. And then another vintage maze for era. In the meantime, on the mid lane, we haven't really looked at this just yet, but we have got those two people now almost at the same level. We have a Korok in favor for levels. I mean, he's level 6, and he actually picked his Sonic Wave up at level 6. Normally, when you do that, you're kind of saying, you know what, I want to be aggressive. I want to be trying to go for kills, and you know that's why you pick up the Sonic Wave to use it at level 6. Otherwise, you would wait for it for level 8 or something. And now with the full bottle, he might actually be able to kill off Hani with a Blinkin, but at the same time, Hani just got his level 6. So he will be able to return an RP to the face of Korok. So it really depends on if that's gonna be if he's gonna be able to get it off before he dies. Basically the question. Korok, of course, I mean, the burst damage is gonna be there. Shadow Strike, RP, and there could be a blink. No, there cannot be a blink. Cooldown, Sonic Wave still hits, and Korok is the one that goes down first. Is Hani gonna be able to heal up from that? It's only level 1 Shadow Strike. He can be staying alive with that, and he will be just fine. A bit too aggressive for Korok. Paid with his life. And the RP being there for Hani with enough mana to also just to get the skewer towards the tower, and of course the tower to help him kill off that target. And that's gonna be the advantage that Korok built up based on levels. Based on the last hits, also was slightly in favor for Korok. I mean, with that kill, it's all gone. I'm gonna put up the net worth with these skills going on. It's TC that's pulling up hand on net worth compared to Era's Phases Void. And let's see if Bulba's level 4, and we can of course compare him to, oh we have a pause, to the Nature's Prophet, who's level 5, almost level 6 actually. He's gonna go for a Hand of Midas by the looks of it still. Not going to be a very fast one, but still a hand of Midas will, if the game lasts long enough, which if you look at these two lineup, Anti-Mage versus Faceless Void, I mean, let's get real. It is, yeah, it is going to be long enough game, basically that. Unpause goes on. The game continues.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm having 600 gold on the Magnus in the meantime. Probably gonna go for a Blink Dagger right now. As Korok, I mean, he just, of course, he basically failed his kill. So either he needs to have some help to shut down Hani, or is just gonna continue to farm. Maybe he's actually gonna try to rotate and go for a kill, but if you look at that, like, where is he gonna go? If he goes top, there's nobody there from his opponent team, so he can't find a kill there. If he goes bottom, he'll be finding a Chronosphere, so he can't do anything there either. So in the meantime, he is just gonna be sitting here and farming, just like Anti-Mage is just gonna be sitting top farming, Era is gonna be sitting bottom and farming, and maybe someone goes for a kill at some point. And if that happens, then we might see some extra action. But for now, this is the mid lane where the most of the action is going to happen until we have ganks. And maybe we're going to have Fluff trying to help out for a gank. Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through. They now know that there's a ward up the high ground. As No-Tail comes in, finds himself TC. No more mana for the Keeper of Light, but, you know, he's the Keeper of Light. Chakra Magic will be up again soon, if he gets the mana for that, actually, and he'll be able to give himself some extra mana. But he's actually going back to base. Another RP up on Korok's Skewer, and that's a kill! And that is going to be a difference in this mid lane. Like, I just said, top lane, bottom lane are farming. And basically that means that the mid lane is going to be making most of the difference. Fluff, it's going to be just fine. Hani knowing that he was there. But the difference is the mid lane, and now with Hani killing off Korok twice already, that's making a big difference. That's making a really big difference. Hani coming in towards the top lane, trying to defend the tower. Tower almost down, not in the deny range just yet, but still very low. And he does force TC as well as IX Mike back. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, we have got Bulba with an Iron Shell trying to go for the Jakiro. I mean, if we look at levels, let's take a look at that. So, Chronospheres will be helping out, killing off Bulba. There we go. No... nothing for you. Ooh, Sonic Wave, and actually, the Iron Shell cleans out Era. That was a kill that for... Whoa, that was a kill for Liquid. That shouldn't have happened. No, there's gonna be a Light Strike array up on Trixie to try and help Bulba get away, but Bulba goes down. Nature's probably getting the kill. Hani coming in. It is the Queen of Pain that still picked up the Keeper of Light, but we still also see Lina dropping. So fight happening on two sides of the map. 2 for 2. But one thing that is the most important thing. It is the Faceless Void that went down. Is it still not over? Korok! He just made that fight totally in favor of Liquid. Not even by a little bit because they killed all the Faceless Void. But no, he also kills off an extra kill. Or picks up an extra kill. He's going to be finding a lot of people though. Blink, Korok, blink. You can do it. Good job. Blinks himself away from Hani. And Bulba is going to be finding himself some friends though. Going to go for Trixie. He's going to get bashed. Has got another surge up in 2 seconds. They're going to just stick around here. Why is everybody sticking around here? Trixie, I think you're going to go down if you're not careful. Skewer misses. Just walk around the trees for Bulba. Gets himself another bash time forward. And that's going to be another kill upon Bulba. That's the second time he went down. We're going to see Korok blinking himself away once again. Disruption trying to help him out escaping. Oh, look at... pulling themselves even again. I mean, yeah, they picked up Trixie. And traded it again for the Darkseer. I guess it's not that bad, but it's you know, it didn't need to happen. And is that really worth it? Trading those lives? I mean, if you compare the two Darkseer versus the Nature's Prophet, it was already. Oh, look at that! You're dead, Korok. Blink. Nope. No blink. Thank you for that laugh, No-Tail. So that. It feels so messy. I don't know. It just feels odd that fight happened and then continued after, you know, after getting the Faceless Void, which was pretty big, but then it happened and they continued and Korok didn't back off and he died for it. It's kinda interesting. Of course Korok was trying to go for the rune. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was trying to go for the rune. Didn't see it was picked up already apparently because of, well, I don't know, the ward is there, but they apparently didn't notice or something. Because he should have seen that the Invis room was picked up by No-Tail, so a bit sloppy, I'd say. But hey, in the meantime, it's still gonna be the anti-mage that is pulling up ahead. It's gonna be Sinner that's gonna run for his life. I don't think he's gonna be making it though. Nope, he is not. We're gonna still slow down Korok though. Era is gonna go for his Battle Fury. I mean, he is looking to go for the Battle Fury as well as the anti-mage. In the meantime, mid tower actually gets denied. Disruption there upon the Magnus. Light Strike Array and Hani. He is actually gonna go down here. Gets an RP up on the 2 supports. So Shockwave going through as well. And that is a Sprout up on 2. Illuminate to go through. And that is 2 kills for No Tail. Double kill for him. Here comes Korok though. Ready to clean house. Ready to take down No Tail. And he is gonna be able to get a double kill as well. Now, what's more important? A double kill up on 2 supports? Or a double kill up onto... Not so much supports. Well, 1 support and one solo mid. We have a disconnect, so we're gonna be having a pause again. I think Liquid came out ahead because they also disconnect this denied the tower. This denied, yes, English. They denied the tower. Got themselves a double kill, even though double kill of course also still went the way of Liquid of Fnatic, but then again, I mean, it went to the way of a support. While the other double kill went to the way of solo mid, so it's still Liquid coming out ahead of these engagements. As TC is still farming quite securely. I mean, I already just said. I mean, he's going for the same amount of build as the Faceless Void. Look at that net worth difference. It's quite a bit. Oh yeah, he actually has his Battle Fury ready. That's his Battle Fury complete. Yeah. So Battle Fury ready on TC. No Battle Fury yet on a Faceless Void. So that is the difference there, as we're gonna see Trixie noticing the Battle Fury being complete. So he noticed that his teammate is a bit slower with the farm. But that's of course also because Era just went down. And then the big fight happened on bottom, kinda disrupting all of Era's flow with the kills and the last hits and stuff. But this game is, I mean, you can of course try to get an advantage at this point in the game. You can try to get ahead, you can try to you know, to get your team at the better positioning, but in the end, with these 2 teams being so very even in skill, I would say, this game is gonna be going late game, and it's all gonna be decided then. Everything that you do now, of course, it has some kind of effect towards late game, but the main importance is late game is gonna be the captaining of things and the decisions that you make and the way you go in and if you go in and if you back out and if you overextend, if you don't overextend, etc. That's gonna be the deciding factor for this game. And maybe it's gonna be that the anti-mage now farms faster than the Faceless Void, but it really depends on when Liquid decides to go in. When Liquid decides, okay, you know what, we are ready to fight, while we know Fnatic is not yet. But then again, how are you gonna try and do that? Because, I mean, if I say it like that, it kinda means that you're gonna go in like 5-man, but you can't. Because how can you go 5-man in... go for a 5-man push if you know that there's an RP on one side as well as a Chronosphere? That's just not possible. Well, it's possible, but you know, you're signing your death warrant right there. So then the only option would be split pushing, but you're up against the Nature's Prophet. That's not good. And even if you go for that risk for all 5 mid, etc., then you're still gonna get split pushed. Because the Nature's Prophet will be pushing somewhere where you're not pushing. By the way, a tower went down on one side but not on the other side. So 2 towers already down on Fnatic side, with 1 being denied of course. But no towers, well, 1 tower only down on Liquid side. The gold graph slightly in favor of Fnatic with that tower. But the difference is minimal. Blink dagger up on Hani, well that can make a difference. With a Magnus, with a blink, you all know what can happen. If Liquid's positioning allows for it, because that's gonna be a bit, you know, needed to be able to do that. Still no Battle Fury for Era. Does he have something in the courier for that? No, he does not. Then again, he's got his Perseverance. That just needs about 500 gold. Then he's there. But Anti-Mage pulling up ahead. And Anti-Mage's going for a Vlad's rather than going for, well, he looks to be going for a Vlad's. Maybe he's gonna go for Tranquil Boot still. Picking up the Ring of Bacillus can always dismember it to make yourself the Tranquil Boots. And then dismember later to make yourself a Vlad's. It's all possible. No Till finishing himself up an urn. Might be an indicator that they want to fight fairly soon, but I wouldn't bet my money on it right now. It looks like Liquid is quite happy with the way things are going. We're going to have an Orchid being built up by Korok. And he is going to be having that fairly soon. Cleaning out the jungle as well as the treants that are just standing there being fresh meat. And of course, the later these games go, the more important the supports are going to be. So Synderen, his farm is going to be important, as well as, of course, the Keeper of Light. Now, Keeper of Light as a support is already very valuable, regardless of what items he has. I mean, if he can stand back in a fight, and if the fight lasts long enough, and he can get himself a couple of Illuminates out, well, that's already a fight going good for No-Tail, for sure. Some counter warding going on here in the meantime. And of course, supports for Liquid, it's all going to be about finding those stuns, finding those good disruptions to either save your teammates or just make sure, like for example, Hani is not going to be able to do anything like a Chronosphere. Well, he can't do a Chronosphere, like Hani or Era. Basically, disrupt one of those two targets to stop either the Chronosphere or the RP. And it's all coming down to later on. It's all speculations for now. I mean, like you can see, you see both teams being fairly careful, just going for the map control right now. And they realize they can counterward this also, but they don't want to risk their life for it, so they make illusions of themselves. Look at how careful they are. Look at how careful they are. Courier, flying, Chicken, Trixie, seeing where it is, TP's to the wrong place. It's gonna be TC that's gonna be happy with the Chicken though. No, they're gonna gank it. They're gonna be waiting for it. Here it is. Here it is. Can they take it? Blink forward from Hani. They can. That's a courier down. That is TC. Not really microing. He wasn't paying attention to that one. And that's pretty. That's kind of big kill. Like if you ever have a game, TC, you're gonna be RP'd. Ah, he blinked wrong. Oh. Whew. Nature's Prophet TPing in. Here comes Trixie. Gets blocked by the creeps. And now they actually back off. TC getting himself out of that mess. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, there's a bit of a pressure being applied here to the bottom tower. Not to try and get the tower down. I mean, if they get it, it's nice. But they try to distract Fnatic. And maybe try to stop Era from farming. Those two goals are what you want to right now. You want to have your opponent carry to farm less, and you want to have your carry farm more. So what do? You create some kind of... Oh, the monocord. You create some kind of distraction. And that's gonna be Hani. Gonna be going for Ix Mike. Ix Mike, I think you're dead. We're gonna see Hani picking up that kill, and now we see Liquid backing out from this one. Boba still sticking around for some reason. Blink away from Kork, finds herself a couple of Ancients. Those hurt. Those hurt quite a bit, but she'll be fine. But yeah, I mean that distracted the intention entirely from TC. He can't continue farming again, and there's no more people roaming around in his jungle. Era, in the meantime, has taken a bit of a break from farming. He had to hide inside the jungle, so he missed a couple of creep kills. So Liquid doing a good job with that. I mean, yeah, they lost the support, but in all fairness, I think they're not too sad about it. They still have... Oh, wait, Chronosphere. They don't have Boba anymore soon. Oh, look at that. Ice Path is going to try to help out. Dual Breath as well, and it's actually going to be the Illuminate that kills him off. Maybe they can try to get Ix Mike again as well. Nature's Prophet Ultimate helping out. One more last hit needed, and can they get it? It's going to be No-Tail that can't get it. Light Strike Array. Ice Path misses, but the Blinker from Hani still gets the kill. Nice Light Strike Array though. And that will be a tower going down as well. And Era getting more gold with that one if he gets the last hit from that. Which he should be able to get. And in the meantime, I have to point out, TC pushing on the bottom lane is actually going to find Hani, knowing that the RP is on cooldown. Nature's Prophet destroying the tier 1 tower bottom. So he didn't even get the gold. Era did not get the gold. That's a bit sad. And there's TP's. Tower still goes down. Anti-Mage picking up that gold. And he is actually going to go for Trixie, knowing that the Hani got called towards his teammate by No-Tail. He got recalled. Hani went bottom again. Illuminate flying through. There goes Korok going in there. Shockwave going through. Nice. Ice Bath hits up on 2, but hello TC. Jumps himself inside the fight. The TP out from Keeper of Light was first though. Couldn't get the Mana Void in time. Gonna go for Synderen instead. We'll be able to pick him up with the Mana Break. Mana Void. Anyway. Mana Break, Mana Void. Yeah, having the wrong ones. But that was the Mana Void. And maybe with this, they can get a tier 1. So they got themselves a tier 2 for tier 1, like bottom versus top. They got themselves a kill on the Jakiro. I mean, yes, they lost Ix Mike at the start, I think, if you can count that still as a start. They forced out a couple of TPs. And then there's the difference of TC actually getting the last hit of the tower. And Era not getting the last hit of the tower. And Era not even being there for the experience that they got from the kill of IX Mike, I feel like. I don't think he got that. And a solo kill for TC. So TC pulling up further ahead than he already is. We see the level difference. There's 2 levels difference between TC and Era. Era has got his Chronosphere. We saw the ping up on him. Might see them trying to go for TC, but he actually backs out. He's gonna be just fine. Mechanism up on Bulba. So we don't have a mechanism yet on the side of Fnatic. And, you know, normally I'd say something, but you need that for team fights. Well, these 2 teams, they don't want to fight yet.
Has been killed.
Again. Nature's Prophet died. That's the 2nd time. The chicken goes down. That is very painful. That is very, very painful for Liquid. Era blinking himself away, realizing that something was going on. Sentry ward got placed to check out if Korok was there, and he was. They still know Bulba is around there. Creeps are kinda, you know, calling him out on it. Scooter forward, Hani still has a blink, blinks in, RP gets Bulba. Here comes Trixie trying to help out as well. Bulba cannot get away. Dual breath helping out. Mechanism won't save his life now. And the last hit, oh, did you see that? Hani was not attacking it, so as I was saying, you know, Era, you take this one, you know, because you deserve it. You worked hard for that gold. You worked hard for that kill, so you take it. And then all in comes No Tail with the one right click, poof, picking up the kill. Fluff TPing out. Ooh, oh, TC locked inside a Chrono. He can blink himself out straight away. There's not enough damage on Era just yet. The blink is there, and TC is gonna be just fine. Queen of Pain though coming in to pick off Syndrin on the sidelines. Hello Korok. Welcome to the fight. Tower goes down in the mid lane, but it's a deny, so that is good. But that also means that the towers and denies are even, because the mid tower was also denied by Liquid. And it looks like Era has decided to stop farming. He's got his Battle Fury, he's got 1700 gold. And never mind, he's gonna farm the Ancients right now. And TC is farming on top. Get himself a Mantis Tower almost ready. Actually, it is ready in his bags. Hani clearing out the dire jungle with a bit of a risk for his own life, but he is doing that mostly to just make sure that there's not going to be extra farm from TC. Oh, Hani, he is being silenced and he is being killed off. Hello, Orchid for Korok. And that is Magnus on the sidelines, 11 for 12, still very even. But the thing also, I mean, I just mentioned that the towers were about even, like on the nice and not the nice, etc. But the thing you have to keep in mind is that right now, nice line of light missing, but right now Fnatic, they have killed off the courier of Liquid twice. TC Ice Path. There's no Chronosphere. TC has to blink himself out very soon. He is gonna be going down. The bashes were too much. Now Korok is gonna be next, going down as well, and then Luminate flying through to pick up IX Mike. That is 3 for 2. With the Faceless Void still going down to the Lina, and Lina TPing herself out into safety. And everybody else backing off Liquid. Wow, I would say at least getting something in return, but they got the biggest one in return that they could get, but they lost a lot of people for that, and that's not worth it. Hopefully for them, they're not going to lose more than that. And we're seeing 1100 gold up on No Tail. He's got himself, still not the magic one, kind of sad. But then again, probably wants to just go for Ghost after to try to survive against the right hits, like right clicks from the anti-mage. And then pop that Ghost Scepter and he will hopefully for you go to a different target, right? That's all you want. Trying to stop the pushing from happening. I don't think they can do it yet though. Anti-mage coming back to play. And he's actually going towards the top lane. And maybe now changing his mind. I mean, he's got his Mantis Tau. Might be able to do something. He's gonna go mid to farm. Bulba is gonna go forward. Gets an Ice Path. Vacuum mech in there though. Dual breath going through. Gets sprouted up. Hello, Era. He wants to go for a... Whoa! He wanted to go for a Chronosphere. Didn't even need to because Bulba as well as IX Mike just went down. Hello, TC. Now Chronosphere. Only up on Korok because Anti-Mage just blinked himself out. Korok is gonna be going down though. TC, he got himself back into that Chronosphere. Laguna Bait gonna clear out. Again, no luck on the backtrack for you, Era. Really? Fluff. He is just rolling the dice on that one every time. Getting lucky with that. TC still alive, but still 3 heroes that on Liquid. Again, 3, 4, 1 Faceless Void. They also lost a tier 2 tower with this one as well though. But the difference now is with TC staying alive and Era not, I think I'd put it still in favor of Liquid even though they lose more. They lose Korok as well, that's a big loss. But that was Fnatic using all their ultis. And that was TC staying alive, and especially if they get a Roshan with this as well, that would be a big favor for Liquid. Gonna be seeing the gold graph spiking up in favor of Fnatic with those skills though. And of course the tower helping out as well. And I have to say again, in couriers? Twice? Really? Really, Liquid? It's hard to do something about, of course, Trixie having a keen eye like that and just scouting out the courier. Although I think still that one time when the courier got killed off, well, the first time that could have been prevented. I think Aegis goes to the anti-mage, so that's gonna be giving Liquid quite an edge. We're gonna be finding Synderen. Blinding Light, I don't think it's gonna be helping out that much. Synderen, you are dead. Dual breath still gonna be going out, but it's just the last breath that he had. No, that's a fake one. That's just an illusion standing out. An illuminate. Don't jump yourselves into that one. 1700 gold up on Korok. Let's see what he's gonna go for next. I mean, after his workout, he's died quite a few times now, and he has not been farming as good as he was before. We actually see his net worth dropping below 3 of Fnatic. So Fnatic is doing really well on the farm. That's of course also towers, and of course those kill trades that they had, and you know, Korok actually pulling on the short end every single time. But that is definitely a difference. We have got a BKB up on Honey right now. I mean, the one thing that he is having some issues with is that silence, as well as the Sonic Wave, and just a burst damage in general from Liquid, because not only the Sonic Wave, you also have the Laguna Blade, etc. And if he gets bursted down before he can do his RP, well, that's not good news for Fnatic. So he needs that, he needs the BKB. It's not something that you see every day. Normally he's going for a refresher and stuff, but if you know that your RP is that needed, which it is, then you go for BKB to make sure that you can do that. Wow, that was some messy camera work right there. I'm sorry. Try to pay more attention to that one. 2100 gold up in air. I mean, he's farming slower than the anti-mage. I mean, let that be known. You already see that. But he's still getting the same items. It's quite interesting to see him that far behind. But he is, of course, with his bashes inside a Chronosphere doing extra damage. It is a big win. They're gonna try to go for TC perhaps if they can get him. No, TC blinks himself out into safety. They're gonna find Trixie instead. Bye, Trixie. Nice knowing you. Smoke goes up instantly for Liquid. They're gonna try to go for something. They're gonna try to go see if they can find someone. Era, perhaps. That would be a lucky one. Silences him up before he can do anything. Again, you have to make a choice though. You want to silence up the RP guy or the Chronosphere guy? Tough decision. Oh, they find Era though. The vacuum back in. There's a silence. Light Striker Ray actually misses because the vacuum wasn't in place. At least not the right one. Nice Ice Pet though, locking in 4. Can't really chase down Era anymore, or unless TC says otherwise. He's gonna blink himself in. Gonna try to find someone. Is he gonna settle for Synderen? Looks like he is. Thinking about blinking in, making a couple of movements to let us think that he didn't, and he actually is not gonna even try to continue for that one because it would be too risky. I mean, one Chronosphere and he's dead, and one fight where he actually dies. And I mean actually dies, not only popping his Aegis. If he would have gone in there, that would have been him dead. Even if they used both Chronosphere and RP, wouldn't be a win for Liquid. And he is gonna go for a butterfly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
now that is interesting, because butterflies, I mean, they're great, you know, you get dodge stuff and stuff. But I believe that doesn't work when you're Chronosphered. Please someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong. I will check that in 2 minutes, because there's a 2-minute delay. But yeah, you're gonna really have to hope that you're not gonna get Chronosphered. That's the one that we're gonna see. What are these items? Bulba's items. Bulba got himself Ghost Scepters. To stay alive against that nasty Phases Void, who's gonna get silenced again. Not for a kill, just harassment. Just harassment. So you can ask for right now. It looks like Queen of Pain is gonna go for a Hex. I mean, Liquid in general, if you look at teamfight potential, Fnatic is gonna triumph every single time because they've got and an RP and a Chronosphere. So you need control if you're Liquid, and control is in the Sheepsticks. And hexes, well, that's the same, but I also mean like silences. Orchids. Light Striker Rays. What's Era gonna go for? I'm kind of surprised that Era is not gonna go for BKB or something like that, because he has to know that that's something that Liquid is gonna be focusing on. Like, if he is in his Chronosphere, the one thing that you want to not have is being shut down in your own Chronosphere. And of course Lina, as well as a Shadow Demon, as well as Queen of Pain, if she has her hacks, they are gonna be trying to stop him from attacking in his Chronosphere. Demonic Purge, IX Mike, you're dead. I think you just overextended a bit slightly. Honey getting in there real fast. I mean, you try to go for a solo kill up on Trixie, that's not really gonna happen. TC deciding otherwise after seeing what was happening in mid lane. Gonna not go for the Ancients. Era is gonna go for that instead. And TC retreats to his own jungle. He's almost ready with his butterfly. Gonna be seeing Hanny. 2100 gold up on him. Is he still gonna go for refresher is the question. I think he is, but it's not gonna go as fast. Like, the thing is right now, where are you gonna farm if you're not Hanny, or sorry, if you're not Era or not TC? Because you wanna farm. Wait a second, Cinnamon. That was a very costly ward. Oh, that's new. That was a very costly ward. Anyways. Well, I looked in the chat to ask, Battle Fury doesn't work. Chrono ignores invasions. There you go. Thank you, chat. Chronosphere ignores evasion. And there was also some questions about Fly not being here, and not being here very often, because of course we've seen Synderen standing in for him very often. But Fly is not here because of his army commitments, from what I've been told. So that's why he is not here. He's not out of the team. Synderen is just standing in, and as Synderen said actually, I think at Talk Dota at some point, Synderen just tries to stand in as much as he can because he just wants to play Dota and stuff like that. And to be fair, I enjoy seeing Synderen play, and especially if he's not in the captaining role, it makes him really able to focus on his play, and we've seen some very enjoyable the Shreks especially out of him. And of course the ice paths have been kind of spot on. 4-man ice paths, no problem. Could learn something from that. Oh wells. And I'm seeing a bit of a push. Era is trying to find farm very safe, of course. Hey, I was doing a train of thought. So if you're gonna have Era as well at wait, Korok. And notice that they don't use anything big on him. That was basically a free kill. They don't use an RP or Chrono. They just get him down because they have just that much control and that much damage also. Vacuum in, Boba, Darcy roll. They're gonna go for this. Korok buys back. Ice Path gonna try to do something. Doesn't get any heroes though. It is gonna be Lina on the sidelines. Then picks himself up the Nature's Prophet. We're gonna see TC looking for a kill. Where is he gonna go though? Is he gonna be able to chase down someone? We see Liquid. They're just scattering after having Hanny picked, or after having Synderen and Trixie being picked up. Oh, Korok almost finds someone, knowing that No-Tail is there. Mana Leak gonna try to help out. Oh, Era. And he is not even gonna pop the... Well, he's gonna pop the Chrono. Gonna make TC stopping from coming in. He blinks himself over the Chrono though. He's still gonna go for this Hanny. He has it as RP, but the Aegis, it's actually vanished already. And it is Fnatic that backs himself up. Era, what are you doing? Era, why are you gonna go for a kill on Ix Mike? And it's gonna be your death. TC getting himself the kill up on the main carry of Fnatic. Now the buyback tab does tell us that buyback is available up on Era, but it's gonna be needed. It's gonna get forced out. If something, Liquid wants to get that forced out. That teamfight, I think it could go very different. I mean, why not RP that anti-mage? That could have been such a turnaround. But Fnatic, they weren't aware where everybody of Liquid was, and they just gave their lives for one solo kill upon Korok. Chronosphere kinda trigger happy. Hoping, of course, that it would catch TC in that as well, but he didn't go in just yet. And they don't force out the buyback. That's something that they might have done, but it looked like Fnatic were ready to defend it without Era. I mean, it's fairly short buyback timer, I have to say. Only level 17. But oh well. So as I was saying, because I was saying before all that happened twice. I was saying it twice. So you have Era farming and you have TC farming. So if you are not one of those two people, and you still need farming, I mean, if you're Hanny, you want to get a refresher, because that's what he's going for, already got one Oblivion stuff, you don't really have that much income, because you're gonna have to leave your forest open a bit for Era to farm. You can only farm when you know that he's not gonna get that anymore in the cooldown that the forest has, of course. And you can't really farm the lanes, because the same story, you have to give Era all the farm. So it's tough to find that farm without having that many team fights going, well, just in general going, because they're going both ways. I mean, it's 21 to 19. I'm gonna try to use Trixie as bait from the looks of it. And we have got everybody of Liquid in the mid lane. I mean, they're just... This is So at the start of the game I said like at some point it's gonna come down to not who has what, but more like who goes where. And that's this. Everybody protects Era, everybody protects TC. And these two teams, this is all about captaining right now. Nothing matters anymore but decisions. Well, I guess that's always the case. Let's see how I can make that sound better. Nothing matters anymore but... I always say captaining, but I don't think that's the real word. The decisions you make, when you back off, when you go in. It makes all the difference right now. TC, where are you gonna go? Era sees him going there. No, it doesn't. It's nighttime. Okay. And he actually backs off. Roshan is gonna be up again. Just respawned. It's gonna be a fight where both teams will want to have it. Is it gonna be Era or TC that's gonna be immortal for once? Well, for one death, I guess. Maybe an Ank. I think so. Word being placed just to know when people are gonna come in. But I think also Liquid has got a timer for Roshan. They sent through the Shadow Poison. It's gonna be a bit too early though. As in, they didn't see yet that this Roshan was going for Treants. And the question is, like, whoever gets Roshan, what's the other team gonna get in return for? Like, is it gonna be a big team fight where both teams gotta fight for it and, you know, everybody dies in the end and someone is gonna buy back most and that person is, or that team is gonna be taking the Roshan? Or is it gonna be one team takes Roshan, the other team says, you know what, we'll take X in return. That is more important to us than a Roshan, which is not gonna be much. Like, right at this point, there's not much more important than a Roshan. Maybe Rax, if you can get that. Maybe. Everybody at Fnatic setting at the Asian spot. It's gonna be TC. I mean, looks like Liquid is not all together. Well, Fnatic is being really scary, squishy kinda, or squishy, not squishy, like sneaky kinda team fighty wanting team. Liquid is sitting together, but not clutched up. Of course, that's good. I mean, if Era knew that they were clutched up, they would have gone in there. They're gonna find Bulba first, so BKB already get popped by Hani. Icepath gonna lock in two. Korok and IX Mike. RP up on both as well. Luminate flying through, already keeping up, killing up IX Mike, and starting to find targets. Nice chrono though. Locks in TC. Can Era take him down? Taking a lot of damage. Icepath helping up as well, and he does drop. That is 4 dead on the side of Liquid, and we're gonna see no casualties on the side of Fnatic, unless Boba can make some big plays here, and I think he actually cannot do that anymore. I mean, a lot of deaths on one team, no deaths on the other team, and I actually think Fnatic, and they think that as well, they're not even gonna go for Roshan, because they're gonna get buybacks. No, they're not actually. I look at the buyback tab, and that is gonna be no buyback, that is gonna be Rax. And this could actually be meaning game for Liquid. And may I just remind you that this is game number 2. For the best out of 3, for the losers bracket, for the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League, and that means that if Fnatic win this game, they will be forcing out a game number 3 because Liquid won game number 1. And it looks like they're well on their way in trying to force out a game number 3. This could be that. I kind of hope that it will be game number 3. Oh, IX might get himself a kill on Sinrin. Nice job. Because I mean, these two teams, they play kind of enjoyable, even though it's a long game. I know that not a lot of has happened, but still, they're not even gonna go for this. Anti-Mage's not back up yet. They can't fight yet. 2 sets of Rex down. Only the mid lane remains. Roshan is still up. The question is, what's Fnatic gonna do now? Are they still gonna try to go for Roshan with Anti-Mage back up soon? I don't think they can. Fighting over Roshan, getting Rax in return. That is gonna be a... well, can I say it any other way? A good fight for Fnatic? I mean, bam! Look at that. It was so even up until that point, right? Then boom! All of a sudden 10k gold. Look at the experience. It's gonna be a bit more drastic, I'd say. Ooh, yeah, quite a bit actually. It's gonna be going in favor of Fnatic this time. Was in favor of Liquid for a very long time because of the anti-mage, of course. But just, I mean, they were so patient with that chronosphere and just waiting for TC. Decided, you know, we can blow our RP up on the supports of Liquid, and they did that. Like, they got IX Mike out of the way real fast. And that's one of the biggest ones to have right there, because if IX Mike is not there when the chronosphere goes off, he cannot save anybody inside that chronosphere. So there was already a big kill. And of course I think Fluff went down on the sidelines at that as well. And if you jump out those two, then you don't have a disable anymore on the side of Liquid, apart from the Hex upon Queen of Pain, if she actually would have that already, but he doesn't. He still only has the silence and the ultimate orb. But then there's no disable up on Liquid, so all of a sudden you just have free reign to kill off everybody that you want, and they did. They did kill everybody that they wanted to. And the Roshan goes the way of Fnatic still. Without it being contested yet, I say. Darkseer roll does go up. They know this is going on. Faceless Void picks up the Aegis. And with the Aegis already picked up, does Liquid still want to go in? I don't think they want to. I don't think they can. With everybody up again on Liquid and everything up again on Liquid as well. And an RP and a Chronosphere. Might see Era trying to go for something. We saw him thinking about time lapsing. Time walking, rather. And No-Tail chasing Ice Mike down. No-Tail actually picking himself up an Ethereal Blade. Imagine an Ethereal Blade at Illuminate guy. Like, if you pop your Spirit form and you already have that charging up and you just Ethereal Blade someone right before it pops, well, jackpot. TC trouble. They scout him out. He has to blink himself away real fast. He does do so. But Trixie is gonna try to TP, seeing if he can find him. He does. Turns TC into a piglet. Is it gonna be a Chronosphere? It's not even needed. It's not even needed. No RP used. No Chronosphere used. And I dare I say this is game. No buyback for TC. No hard carry for Liquid. And I think soon no second or no last lane of Rax for Liquid either. Because, oh, TC out of position. No team to back him up. And that is gonna be Fnatic, taking their second or third lanes of Rax, uncontested. We see Fluff trying for something, Vacuum trying to help out, but it is too much. The Chronosphere goes up on 3, Ixmite gets picked off, Fluff gets picked off, Boba the last one alive here, and they could even use an RP on them, and they do, and the GG gets called, and there's gonna be a game number 3 between Liquid and Fnatic. One of these two teams is not gonna be in the pool anymore. For the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. One of these two teams is gonna go home. Because this is the losers bracket. And we're gonna be seeing who is gonna be the victim in game number 3. That's gonna come up right after this one. So my name is Sheever, by the way. If you want to support me, you can follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/SheeverGaming. And of course, also take a look at my website, SheeverGaming.com. It has all the matches in it of today, who casts what, all the matches of tomorrow also, who casts what. And make sure, by the way, I think a lot of you people don't know that there's actually going to be matches with the Q-Pad Pandas in there, and I think a lot of you people are fans of them, so I just want to point it out. It's the SK Gaming Trophy Cup. That's the one. So check that one out. It's going to be casted by Boberg and by Fursuda as well. But anyway, check out my website, SheeverGaming.com. You can also find all the VODs of all the games, not only casted by me, but casted by everybody on the archive tab. So make sure to check that out. Let's jump ourselves into the next game, and don't go anywhere.